Hey guys, your perspective is so important in the way that you experience life and the way you go through situations. Two people looking at a rain cloud, one can see it as a really negative thing. Oh, it's raining again, and get all bummed out about it. The other person will look at it and go, oh, great, it's raining, finally, it's going to fill up the lake, or it's going to, fill up the swimming pool a little bit, give my car a bit of a wash. The same situation can be a problem or a solution, and depression, anxiety, all of these things. The key to getting out of that stuff often is related to your perspective and how you see things, and how you see things determined by the way you think, and your belief systems and all of that stuff. So if you see something in a negative way, of course you're going to have a negative response to it, and you're going to start to come out of that space. And this isn't to say that everything has to be positive, look at it, but understand why you're thinking what you are, so you can have control and power over that emotional response and over your perspective of it, and then you can determine how you should or how you would like to respond to it. If you have a disagreement with your spouse, if you're just constantly butting heads and in conflict, stop and think about, why is this happening? What's the fear that's underlying this conflict? Or, with your children, you're struggling, you're not, handling situations as well as you'd like to. Stop for a moment, reflect. God's given us this incredible ability to be able to think about what we're thinking about, reflection. If you stop, and in our fast-paced, busy lifestyle, whatever, you've got a choice to stop and reflect and actually take some time to process and develop some inner resources to be able to respond differently. There's nothing wrong with you. You can make a choice to choose how to behave differently. You can actually decide, man, I don't like living my life on anxiety level 100 all the time, like living on an edge all the time. How can I respond differently? And it's coming back to the way you think and what you believe about yourself, about others, and the world around you. And if you start to shift your mindset to think the way God thinks about you, and you start to think differently about the world and the way, and see things from a godly perspective, that will empower you to start to shift your perspective and think differently about what you've traditionally thought about different situations, the rain cloud. So if you're interested and you want to help, and you want help, and it's not weak to reach out for help and support, again, in our lifestyles, in our culture, it helps to remove yourself for a time to be able to process and talk about things. And counseling is one of those tools that we can use to do that. I'm available for online counseling and face-to-face as well in Queensland. If you're interested, hit me up, check out the Facebook ministry page, Voice of Reason Ministries, and very happy to have a chat with you, and let's work through stuff, man, and shift your perspective and get empowered, get control again of your life.